Hi guys, it's Kurt from Wersi Club USA. We thought we'd pick up where we left off last time and focus on the auto accompaniment or styles section in this video. So what you see in this shot is the top left hand side of the console and where all the different categories of accompaniments are located. And you can see from the red button that we have ballads selected, and that'll bring up a screen. And here's what that screen will look like. So down at the bottom you see some additional buttons you can click on that will filter again within the main ballad category that we selected. Now there's another way to accomplish the same thing. If you go back to the main menu and notice accompaniment, when you click on that, you get a list on the left that matches up with the buttons up on the top left side of the organ. And notice we have ballads selected, and we see the same list of rhythms that were there earlier. Now if we filter that down again, just like using those filter buttons earlier, you can get into different categories. You pick one, you click load, and now you see that ballad 2 is the style that has been loaded. Let's switch back and look at the top left side of the console again, and notice we have a couple of volume drawbars pulled out. And the ones we care about here are drums, bass, and accompaniment, and we're going to focus mainly on bass and accompaniment. What we want to show you next is how you can change the instrumentation that is part of the automatic rhythms.
Okay, so for this part, we're going to switch to doing it live right on the instrument. And we've picked an accompaniment called Slow Swing Count Bassy. And let's just take a little listen to that so you hear what it sounds like when it's just as delivered in the instrument. Now there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but let's say that you would like to have a different bass player and maybe a different guitar player. So you notice I hit the mixer button, and here you can control the different volumes like we talked about earlier, but what we really want to look at here is style edit. And notice this section here is what we want to focus on. We're going to pretty much ignore the stuff over here. And basically, pretty much everything up top we're going to ignore, except notice we have variation A picked, and we have play cycle picked. So now when I hit stop start, it will play the variation A pattern over and over and over while we are in this editing mode. And so while we're in this mode, we want to change the bass. Let's just listen to it. And that is something called Acoustic bass from the General MIDI bank. And we're going to pick that, and notice you get the same sound selection you get when you're picking sounds for the different playing surfaces, the different keyboards. Let's pick acoustic, and I'm going to go with Punchy acoustic bass. And notice it's a little bit too deep. It's kind of an octave off. So if you hit the edit button, we can raise that bass line by an octave. I like that. A little bit more punch than the initial instrument that they had. Let's unsolo that. And now let's solo our guitar, and same thing. Notice that's a jazz guitar from what they call the General MIDI group of instruments. Let's pick acoustic. And we'll pick, I don't know, let's pick KW 12 string. Let's raise that an octave, see how we like it. Not bad, a little brighter. Let's unsolo that. So what you can see there is we've changed just the instrumentation. The pattern's the same. We left it as it was, other than changing the bass instrument and the guitar part. So let's go ahead and save that.
We completed our save and we've loaded the style. And now what we're going to do is play a couple of bars as it was delivered from Wersi, and then you'll hear it change over to the modified version where we picked our own bass guitar and rhythm guitar part. Short example showing how you can take a factory style and modify it to your liking without starting from scratch to build a user style. As always, thanks for watching.